All right, welcome to the Sixth and Seventh Man podcast. I'm your host Matt, reporting live from Tokyo. Bua, how you doing?
Great. What are you doing in Tokyo, dude?
Hey, living the dream, just
All right.
flying around, dude. I've been lingering the streets. I didn't realize how big this city was, but I like it so far.
Good.
Had some good
Bring me back.
ramen this morning. Went walking around the temple this morning. It's been a good day.
Bring us back something nice.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a local last night. Actually, right when I got in, I went and got some food. He was asking me about if I knew Rui on the Lakers, your guy. He was all
Uh,
excited. I told him I saw Shohei play twice in person, and he freaked out. He was super excited. It's
yeah.
pretty cool. It's a cool spot. We got a lot going on around the league. Obviously, we had a big trade happen yesterday or the day before. Trae Young is now a Wizard, which not sure how I feel about that yet. We'll get into that. Lamelo Ball's coming off the bench. We got games being postponed because floors are wet. Got a whole lot to talk about. Let's start with Trae Young. By the way, we talked a lot about Trae Young on an episode we recorded that won't be getting shared because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to do the audio correctly, but we should be locked in from here on out. But let's go ahead and cover Trae Young. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I have a lot to say about Trae Young. That I don't understand why Atlanta did it. The only thing I could think of for Atlanta is they did it because they want to get off Trae Young's contract. They don't want to pay him anymore, which makes me believe that are they going to trade for AD or trade for Giannis or make a splash in the summer. I don't really get it. I mean, you're going to say, oh, well, they got two solid guys back. Kisper, he's a solid player. His contract isn't that big. I mean, they have him under contract for a few more years. McCollum's contract expires at the end of this year. So did you just trade Trae Young for Kisper? I mean, unless you win the championship this year, McCollum goes off and you re-sign him, but that's not happening. So I'm not understanding why Atlanta did it unless they're just trying to get off that contract. But to not be able to get any draft picks is crazy. And I'll get to the Washington side of that trade, but I want to hear what you think about that from Atlanta
Well, for
standpoint.
Washington, yeah, for Washington, there's no risk for them. McCollum, they weren't going to re-sign him after this season anyway, so it's not like they're really fighting for a playoff spot at the moment. And then Corey Kispert, like you said, he's a solid player, but not really part of their future plans, I imagine. Um, One thing on the Atlanta side, they didn't offer him an extension when he was eligible in the offseason. So clearly there were some questions in the front office whether he was going to be a part of the foundation of this team moving forward. I personally wouldn't feel comfortable giving him a max deal, especially, 40, $50 million a year. I'm pretty sure he has a player option at the end of this year, which he was probably going to opt out of and he's probably going to opt out of and test free agency, which I imagine since the Wizards traded for him, they're planning on paying him. Typical Washington Wizards, giving out contracts. Um, I think Atlanta is just trying to move away and pivot to Jalen Johnson. I mean, he's been balling for them lately, and when Trae Young does play, the offense looks a little clunky and then defense just gets worse. Not like their defense is elite without him. They're still giving up a ton of points regardless. But they're young, and with Jalen Johnson at the core of that team, I think they believe they can make something happen. They also have that Pelicans pick and their own pick this year, which are both probably going to be pretty good picks. And yeah, so I think they're just trying to stay young, build towards the future, or maybe you're right. Maybe they're going after Giannis or AD, but I don't. Man, we'll see about that. I don't really see the point of that. I think they should stay
Yeah.
young and build this core and start moving towards the future.
Yeah. I mean, but everything you just said is true, but to not get a draft pick for Trae Young, that's I mean, that's
Well, that's the
insane.
market. That's the market. I'm sure if they could have got a draft pick, they would have, but I can't imagine people are super excited about Trae Young at the moment with an expiring deal. And let's be honest, he had one season of success, and that team is long gone. And ever since
Mhm.
then, it's just been downhill. I They've had some play-in appearances. I don't even know if they make the playoffs after that Eastern Conference Finals run? Like, maybe 1 year, but they've
Yeah,
been a play-in team ever since. So yeah, I mean, again, he's one of the most talented players in the league. Offensively, he's probably the best passer in the league, or one of them at least. Like, all the crazy passes he
sure.
has to make off the dribble because he's undersized. We There's a lot I can go on about Trae Young, but we're gonna get into him on our full episode. I will
Yeah,
get into him on the full
for
episode. I have a
sure.
lot to say about him, but um, I'm not a fan. Let's go to the Washington side. Um, we
There
covered
is a rumor that they're shutting him down for the year.
that Washington is shutting him down for the year.
Yeah, because they want a draft pick. They're not they don't. Yeah, I mean, he just hurts their chances as far as a draft pick goes. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna say he's injured, but which is just lame. You trade for someone like that and then just shut him down. Like, the report already came out that they're gonna most likely shut him down, which we'll see. So that's why I don't understand from Washington.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just going for the draft pick. They're gonna have to pay him after this season, and hoping Alex Sarr continues to develop along with the rest of the team. Trey Johnson, both Treys, they're gonna be fun to watch because I don't know if you. I've been watching a lot of Trey Johnson lately. I actually
Yeah,
enjoy watching the Sixers, or sorry, the Wizards. Koulibaly, I like him. He's a solid player. He may not be superstar talent, but he's talented and he's a solid role player and he does everything really well. Same with Keyshawn George. Bub Carrington, hit or miss.
yeah.
I think they should probably get off Chris Middleton, let him
No, I'm
go
sure they
chase a
will.
ring somewhere. Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite players. Hopefully he gets another ring before it's all said and done. There's a lot of teams I would like to have him. I do like that team looking forward. Depends on who also they get in the draft this year. But if they do get a quality pick, top 5, which I imagine they'll be top 6-ish range with that roster and the current standings, I do like the team moving forward. It's been a long time since I've been even remotely excited about a Washington Wizards team, and truthfully, I don't even know if I've ever been super excited about a Washington Wizards team in our
Mhm.
lifetime. So, at least they're trying to do something. They're making moves. Shout out to them. I mean, this is Trae Young's an all NBA player. He's been multi-time all-star. He's been to the Eastern Conference Finals. We know his deficits when it comes to the defensive end of the floor, but he's an all-world talent. So
Yeah, him and Alex Sarr will be fun. He's definitely gonna elevate Alex Sarr's game for sure. So I'm excited to
I
see
agree.
that. I just sent out a trade for Alex Sarr in fantasy basketball, hoping the guy does it.
Hopefully they don't shut him down for the rest of the year too, because yeah, he looks
Seriously.
nice.
Yeah, for
He's starting
sure.
to take a little bit of a leap.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that covers Trae Young. Unless you got anything else you want to say on that.
No, we'll dive more into him on our next episode for sure.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about him. I've taken a lot of notes and gone through him a lot. Also, we're gonna get to on our next episode our 11 through 20. Again, we recorded this already, but we're gonna have to redo it. So we'll get through our top 11 through 20, as well as some other things that we got some interesting things on that episode. So,
Yeah,
all right, next thing, I do want to talk about Lamelo Ball because I think he's kind of in a similar situation that Trae Young found himself in. Other than Trae Young didn't come off, or did he come off the bench? But regardless, doesn't matter. He's not winning. He's never won. He never plays. He doesn't play winning basketball. They have a solid core with Brandon Miller, Knuppel, and I like Miles Bridges a lot. They can do something with those guys. Lamelo should be in that conversation with them, but again, he doesn't play winning basketball. You watch him, he's fun to watch. He's got all the talent in the world. He's one of the most talented players in the league,
for sure.
but he just He's Lamelo. I mean,
He's a street ball player.
yeah, he looks like he's an and one player or something, but
Yeah, it's
he's
something.
he's got all the talent in the world. Hopefully this benching is like a wake up call for him. Like I'm guessing Charlotte is wanting to move in a winning direction, and they don't see a future of winning with Lamelo, which is why they're bringing him off the bench. Maybe he ends up being a trade target for some teams, but I don't think he has that high of a value. I mean, he's someone's going to want him, but I, what is Trey or sorry, what is Lamelo Ball worth to you on the trade market?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot less than Trae Young because I mean Trae Young's never really injury prone. Lamelo is injured every single year. I think he just reached out to Steph Curry about like his ankle injury, trying to get some feedback on what to do because every day he's ankle injury. So I don't know. I mean, if I didn't have Luka on the Lakers, I'd be all for it. It just he has to go to the right team. He can't just hop on like a Golden State. They don't need him. Um, but I mean, we'll see. I think we'll dive into some trade scenarios and do an episode on that before the trade deadline for sure. So we'll put together some things, but he just needs to go to the right team. If he is going to get traded, I'm not too worried about him getting benched. I mean, he still played starter minutes, still scored, I think, 33 points tonight, and they won. Charlotte's actually been winning recently. I think they're
Yep.
7-6 in the last 13 games, which is solid for Charlotte. Um, so we'll see. I don't know.
One team that I'm going to throw out there, we don't have to discuss it too much, but I think the Miami thing with Lamelo would be interesting. That team, he's either going to get ran out of the league or he's going to thrive, and they're really going to they don't play games over there, so it's either you get with the program or you get off the team, and they need a ball distributor over there, and I think it'd be fun to watch him with all those
Yeah,
slashers and a couple big men over there to throw lobs to. It'd be pretty fun to watch,
for
but
sure.
probably won't happen. But it's just something that came on my mind. But
Yeah. Knowing Pat Riley, he doesn't
yeah,
trade for players like that.
yeah, no, for sure. But he's and with this last Hornets Heat trade, the Heat probably don't want to deal with them. Giving up a first rounder for a guy who was under investigation. So
Definitely.
we'll see. That's it on Lamelo. You got anything else on him?
I mean, do you make anything of his benching tonight or just
I
not
think
not
it's
that
just
big of a deal?
it's a message. Like there might be something more behind the scenes that we don't know about. As there's obviously something that happened. He's a max player. He was supposed to be your franchise player, and you're bringing him off the bench for Colin Sexton. Is that who got the start over him?
Yeah.
Shout out to Colin Sexton. He's a hell of a player, but there's obviously something more to it that we don't know about. Um,
I
but
don't
I
know.
think
It
it's
it
just
was weird.
he's just not. Yeah, he's just not playing a winning brand of basketball. I mean, he's been in the rumor mill anyway, and I don't know if you saw that little GM question that went out a few weeks ago about Lamelo's trade value, Trae Young's trade value, John Morant, Zion, guys like this, guys that have such high value and expectations and such high talent levels, but what is their real value to a team? Um,
Mhm.
he's one of those guys, and availability is the best ability. If you're not on the court, you're useless.
No, for sure.
So, you know, him missing all these games is obviously important. And again, you can have all the talent in the world, but unless you are playing basketball the right way, and unless you're playing basketball at all,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. So,
Yeah. No, him getting traded wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it makes sense for them. Like I told you, Trae Young getting traded. It's a shame that that didn't work in Atlanta. It was a perfect team. He's played winning basketball. He's made the playoffs. LaMelo's complete opposite. So I understand moving off of LaMelo for sure.
yep. One thing I want to cover briefly, which I know you told me to take this out, but I want to talk about my Thunder because they're really starting to irritate me as a Thunder fan. I think they're just taking the foot off the gas a little bit. They're 7-6 in their last 13. Ever since the Spurs beat them in that play-in or NBA Cup, whatever game, they've just looked off. The shooting is off. Not raising any alarms yet, but I'm irritated. I'll say that.
Yeah.
You
Do you
don't.
want
I
me to
mean, speaking of the Hornets, they just lost by 30 to the freaking Hornets. But
do you want me to speak on this?
sure,
I don't. A lot of people are freaking out about it. I mean, they're coming off a championship. Who cares? It's regular season basketball. They haven't lost like this in 2 years. They're tired. Whatever. I mean, they're not healthy. They don't have a set lineup every week or every game. So whatever. They'll dial it in come playoff time. I'm not worried. Obviously, you play
I
Denver in the
agree.
playoffs. It can be tough, but I don't care about these regular season meaningless games for the as a Thunder fan.
I agree, but it's a little bit alarming. That's all I'm saying.
They could lose
But
the next 10 games and I wouldn't be concerned.
I don't know about all that, but we'll see. We'll get into them more, and I'm definitely obviously they're my team, so I got my eye on
Mhm,
them. I've been watching them a lot lately, and it's been pretty irritating to watch, especially with obviously that team has probably the highest expectations of any team in the league. So we expect a lot from them.
for sure.
Next, briefly touch on the Anthony Davis developments, possibly getting moved from Dallas. Couple teams in the mix. Obviously, the Hawks moving off of Trae Young. Um, they're going to be in the conversation now. Let's just assume that the Hawks traded for Anthony Davis. What do you think about that team?
Um, Great, but I'm guessing they're gonna have to give up Porzingis.
Woo.
No, no, I mean, I don't I don't think Dallas is gonna do that. I mean, they traded 80 for Luca. They're definitely gonna want something more than just Porzingis. Um, I mean, yeah, he's not going to Atlanta unless Porzingis is included in that deal. But I know he's not going to Atlanta. I don't think so at all.
Yeah, I don't see it. And I don't really like that fit for Atlanta either. He doesn't
No.
really fit their timeline. Again, they're young and they have 2 draft picks this year. And a
Hmm.
draft and not only 2 draft picks, but they have the Pelicans draft pick, which is gonna be a top 5, top 6, top 7 pick for sure. And this is a very stacked draft, or so it seems. You never know till these guys get on the court, but that's gonna be a good pick as well as their own. I think they just gotta roll young. We already got into this, but where would you like to see AD? What's a trade destination that really that you like for AD?
Um, I have two teams off the bat. Let me see if I can think of another one. Two teams off the bat would be Toronto, for sure. The Warriors. Um, I keep hearing these Knicks rumor trading Towns or something. I don't see the Knicks doing that. They should. They're not going to though. So really, just Toronto and Golden State. If I were to choose, if I could pick, I'd go to Golden State with Steph for sure. But I don't see that happening.
Well, he fits the timeline with Golden State. You know, Jimmy's up there in age, Steph obviously, Draymond obviously. The only way I see the money working, I mean, Kuminga's involved in that for sure. And
Moody,
then,
Pajemski.
yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of a lot of guys to make the money work. I like the fit, and if I'm Golden State, I mean, why not? You got to make a move. This is
Yeah.
the end of the road for Steph. The last couple of years at least. So you got to do something. Try and get him one more chip, especially in the West right now. I don't see Golden State making any noise as currently constructed in the West.
Yeah.
Um, that's just how it is.
I tell you what,
I
if
Go
AD
ahead.
does get traded to the Warriors, Clay's going with him.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that'd be nice to see.
Yeah, they're gonna get off whatever money that is, make salaries work. I mean, like I said, the Warriors are gonna have to give up so many players. Mavericks are gonna give up a player or two in return. Clay doesn't fit that timeline of Dallas if they trade away AD.
If I'm the Mavericks, I am hanging on to AD, hoping to God that they do something in the playoffs if they make it to the playoffs. Because you just traded Luca for this guy, and to just move off of him, not even a full season later, would be insane. I don't care. You got to get Kyrie healthy. You got to see what this team could do. Cooper Flag is a legitimate, like, all-star talent. He may not be an all-star yet, which he won't be, but he's
Yeah.
an all-star talent already. And then you have 2 Hall of Famers right there with 3 Hall of Famers, Klay Thompson in the mix too. Max Christie's developed into a hell of a player defensively and
Mhm.
a knockdown shooter. He's shooting like 45% or something from 3, which is
Yeah.
insane. Gafford, we know what he is. I mean, you have a roster, man. You just traded Luka for AD. Just go for it. What's the worst that's
Mm,
gonna happen? You
traded
know?
Luca for Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag and AD. It was the real
Yeah.
trade, but really, I mean, unless you're getting a solid return, like, I don't really you can't just donate AD. You gotta get something in return, and Kuminga, Podziemski, like,
Yeah. It would
I
have to get a
mean,
third team involved, in my opinion.
unless it's 2 first rounders in the future after Steph's time is up, then, we can talk. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not I don't think anyone's super excited about Kuminga. Obviously, the
Yeah.
Warriors aren't excited about Kuminga.
Yeah. I think if Golden State is involved, a third team will be involved, and I think Kuminga would probably go off to that third team, and Dallas would be getting players from both Golden State, like Pajemski, and then getting something from Memphis, or not Memphis, from that third team.
What do you think about Detroit? Maybe not AD, but just off the top of your head, you think they should make a move going into the deadline?
I just don't know what move they would make. I think you're gonna see it over time. They'll be good. I mean, they're the number one seed. They'll maybe win a playoff series depending on who they play. But when they run into a better team, I think the lack of K not having a second option is gonna hurt. Yeah, they have these great role players who knock down shots and, give you 15 points. Tobias give you 17, 18. But I think they're gonna miss when Cade's off the court having a second guy.
I agree. I think you need a secondary playmaker. Jaden Ivey's
Mhm.
coming along okay, but he's not looking like he's especially we're talking about a playoff series. Duncan's gonna knock down shots. Tobias is gonna do his thing. Jalen Duren has taken a step, but I don't know if he's second option ready, as far as that goes. But he's a beast. He's gonna give you 20 and 10, or some nights he won't, but he's gonna play some good defense. I like
Mhm.
that team. I think, yeah, you're right. They do need another scorer. And guys like AD, Lauri Markkinen, Michael Porter would be on my mind if I'm the GM over there. Um, I'm
Something.
not sure what the price for Michael Porter or Lauri Markkinen is, but I mean, this is the year to really go after it. You're the number one seed in the East. You're looking at New York. I like the matchup as is, but if you want to get an edge on them, I don't see why you wouldn't take a swing on a guy
Mhm.
like one of those guys. Jalen Duren's gonna have to get paid this offseason. Cade's already paid. Like, now's the time to take the swing if you're gonna do it. So,
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. My guess is they're gonna be
yeah,
patient, just wait.
probably. But if I'm the GM, I'm taking a swing. But anyway, that was just something brief I want to discuss. Had a couple of game winners yesterday. Emmanuel quickly got one. I saw. Which ones caught your eye?
So Emmanuel quickly actually stole Lamelo's game winner. Lamelo came into the game at the end because he wasn't really playing in the fourth quarter. Also, of last night's game, but he came in and he got him a layup with a second and a half left, and then yeah, quickly came off the screen, wide open three, knocked it down.
All-Star break's coming up. We're gonna have to do an episode probably right before the final returns or right before they announce the All-Stars. We'll give our All-Stars who we think. So we'll start working on that. But yeah, I don't got anything else. Looking forward to spending time here in Tokyo. Next episode, we are going to do our 11 through 20 of our top 50. We each pick 3 players. I chose 3 from the East. He chose 3 from the West. These 3 players that we chose are all number 1 options on their team, and we are going to make the argument why they are or why they are not a number one option on a championship team. We'll have some other topics, but that's going to be the main topic, as well as our 11 through 20, which again we already recorded, but we're going to redo and see what people's thoughts are on that, because we had a little bit of a debate as far as that goes, but we'll get into it. That episode will be out Monday. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the Sixth and Seventh Man podcast. Peace.